Hello everyone and welcome to the Riley Blake Designs Virtual Quilt Market for Fall of 2021. I'm Heather Peterson and I'm a pattern designer under the name of Anka's Treasures, and I'm also a fabric designer for Riley Blake. So this year I am excited to present to you my latest collection called Winter Wonder. This will be coming out in May of 2022, and I want to share a little bit about the collection with you today, about the colors, the prints, and about the inspiration. So I'm from Minnesota, where we get to celebrate winter for 5 months out of the year, and we're kind of known for our harsh winters, but there are lots of beautiful things about winter in Minnesota as well, and that's where the Winter Wonder part of the name comes in. So there's a lot of things that we like to celebrate about winter that are scattered throughout this collection. The nostalgic winter scene print shows us sledding and getting the Christmas tree, or snowshoeing, making snowmen, ice skating, and different things like that that we like to do in the winter. There's also some cabins that are nestled in the snow in that print, and you know, the best place to spend a cold winter evening is in by the fire in a cozy cabin. So that print kind of has a lot of my favorite parts of winter. Now winter is also a good time to catch up on hand stitching, so there's some little hand stitchy details that are scattered throughout some of the prints. And I love florals, plaids, and dots, and so there's also those things scattered throughout the collection. Now color is one of my favorite parts of doing fabric design, so here you can see all the different colors that are in the collection. So we've got these dramatic blacks and reds, we've got some soft aquas and a little bit more of a burgundy print. We have some different greens, some soft grays, and then some cream prints scattered throughout. So this is the sales card that hopefully you shop owners have seen, that shows you what the collection is going to look like all together. Now when Quilt Market for fall, in-person Quilt Market anyways, was canceled, we decided to put together this virtual market, and that means we didn't have enough time to print fabric to show you, but I'm going to show you the CADs from the collection so you can get an idea of what the prints and the colors look like. So here's the main floral from the collection. Let's turn it right side up. Now I love a dramatic black background, and then you can see here's some of those stitchy details that I was talking about. See the little stitched snowflakes and the little stitched tree? This one comes in a green background and also that burgundy background. Now here's that nostalgic winter scene that I was talking about. It shows that myself and my son's ice skating here. There's the sledder, the snowman, some of the cabins in the snow. And I love it in that aqua background, but it also comes in red and gray. And this print also has some of those little stitchy details I was talking about. You can see how it says winter days here, and there's all different snowflakes that are cross-stitched into the background and a few trees. And I love the red background with the white snowflakes popping out. I also have it in this pretty Christmassy green, and also in a cream background. So I use that in quite a few of the patterns that support this collection, so I'll show that a little bit more later. This is one of the florals from the collection. There again is that dramatic black background with some of the reds and aquas. It comes in this pretty and soft aqua, and it also comes in this kind of ivory creamy background. Now I want to share the plaids from the collection with you, and if you had my Snowden collection, which came out this past May, you know the plaids from that collection were very popular, especially the black plaid, so I wanted to include another black plaid with this collection. It's got those bold colors going through the black, and it also has this little cute snowflakey detail. It also comes in a green and also in a red. And I love snowflakes, and so this is the snowflake print that's from the collection, and it's very vintage looking. If I hold it just right, you can see in the background details some dots and some little, almost like light reflecting off of a vintage glass ornament in the background. And there's the red, and here's the gray. So lots of fun little details in all of those little snowflakes. This one's more of a tonal floral. It's got a little bit of that poinsettia shape. Comes in green and gray as well. Now, I love medallion style prints. So this is the medallion style print from this collection. There's that black background and the colors. Here it is in cream. Hold it just right so you can see. It's got some fun little details and then a really pretty soft aqua background as well. And then I did some dots because you can never have too many dots. There's a lot of colors in this print. Cream, black, green, several shades of blue, and gray. And it's got all the colors in it, so it's going to pull everything from the line together. Then I want to share the fun panel with you from the collection. It looks like this. I had a lot of fun designing and making this panel. And you can use it as a quilt just as it's printed, because I've added sashing and a border design, so you could just stitch around it as is. It also comes in a gray background. But you can also cut that panel up and make several different projects that will be free patterns on the Riley Blake Designs website. So here's one of them. You can see where the panel squares are cut up. It has some additional yardage, and a 5-inch stacker makes up that pieced border going around. Then let me show you one more. Got to get to the right page here. So you can also use the border design here, or from the panel, to make this border on this runner. You can see where some of the panel squares are used, and then you can use some of the other panel squares to make these fun little placemats. So can you imagine your Christmas table set with all these fun placemats and a coordinating runner in the room? I think it'd be really, really cute. I'm looking forward to making that. Then I want to share the wide back for the collection with you, and I had so much fun making the wide back from my last holiday collection or winter collection called Snowden. That one used kind of elegant snowflakes scattered throughout the background. This time I'm using those vintagey snowflakes that you saw in one of the other prints. So this will be 108 inches wide, available in those 3 colors. So you can have cute prints on both the front and back of your quilt with those fabrics. Then let's talk about this pattern support for this collection. I kind of went a little overboard and I did 5 patterns this time just because I love all things winter. And if you followed me on Instagram for a while, you know, like every December I work on a holiday or winter quilt. And so over the years I've amassed this collection of winter quilts, and I'm excited to add some of my own fabrics to that collection of winter quilts. So the first one that I designed to go with the collection is called the Winter Wonder Sampler. And we did digitally print this one out, done in the fabrics, so you can see what they look like. Sorry, I had to close a message box there. So here's what the fabric looks like printed up in that pattern. So this was inspired by my son Max, who's 7, and when I designed the Mr. Frosty runner back there for the winter, or for the Snowden collection, he said, "Mom, I like the snowman, but I want it life-size." So we've got a giant snowman designed especially for him. But it was really fun to make this pattern. It's got a few different elements with the snowflakes and the mittens, the trees, and the scarf. And this one I'm going to host a sew-along again, like I did with the Snowden Sampler. So next June, probably through August, I'll be hosting that on my YouTube channel. So shop owners, you can sell kits to go with that and direct people to sew along with me, and you can be there for support, and we can make that quilt together. Then I want to talk about the Gone Plaid quilt. This one uses a 10-inch stacker, and it has 2 fun different layouts. I especially love the one on point, so I'm looking forward to making that. In the meantime, I made the straight setting version there out of my Snowden collection, so you can see what it looks like. Just a good, fun, basic pattern. I also did a little runner one called Under the Tree. This one uses a 5-inch stacker. And I made a little mock-up using my Snowden collection just so you can see the scale and what those little presents and trees look like. So both of those last 2 that I showed are going to be offered by Riley Blake as box kits. Can you see that cute box? So those are fun to make and collect. If you've done that before, you know how cute those are. And then lastly, and I don't have quilts made up of these because like I said, we don't have fabric yet, but you can see my mock-up here. This one's called Chex Mix. It's a fat 1/8 or fat 1/4 friendly pattern. It's got a fun little diagonal setting. There'll be multiple sizes for that quilt. It doesn't involve any triangles, so it's easy to piece and fun to put together. Next up, because I love snowflakes or all things snowflake, I did this pattern called Chance of Flurries. So those big snowflake blocks are going to be about 20 inches, so that's a large scale snowflake block. So in addition to those 5 patterns that come out to specifically support the collection, you could also use the Snowden Sampler pattern that I did with my Snowden collection from this year. That pattern will still be available, and that was a sew-along as well, so those videos are still up on my YouTube channel if your customers want to take advantage of that. There's also the Super Snowflake quilt. Let me get a hold of that here. This is a fat quarter friendly pattern, and that one will also be available, and you could use it with the Winter Wonder collection, either reds and greens as shown, or you could do the aquas and grays. You know, any 2-color combination that you like looks really pretty with that big dramatic snowflake. And then also the Mr. Frosty runner, or this Easy Peasy table runner. They are from my Trendy Table 3 book, which will also still be available, so you'll have lots of different options of things that you can make with this collection. So I hope you love it. I can't wait to see what you make with it. Again, it's called Winter Wonder. It'll be shipping in May of 2022. Both the fabric and the 5 patterns that I did for the collection are available for pre-order now on the Riley Blake website. And if you want to see more about what I'm going to be making with the collection, you can follow me on Instagram at Anka's Treasures, and I'll be sharing a lot more things that I'm doing with these fabrics. So thank you for joining me today.